What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another trade recap. In today's trade recap, I'm going to be talking about bias coming into the day, trades that I took, trades that I faded, trade that I never took, and just overall what I'm thinking coming into today, how I made money today, and yeah, let's just get into it. So coming into today, I was feeling more bullish on NQ and I was feeling more bearish on ES. So prior to market open, which was here. Oh, what was that? This candle was market open, I think. So prior to market open, we've got a lot of liquidity here. We've got Asia low, London low. We've got that, like those relative equal lows there. We've got a 50-minute fair value gap there. When our intermediate low is what Asia low is. We have previous day high here. We're holding this SMT with the all-time highs on ES. We've got 4-hour equal lows here. And then ES, it was at the time holding that bearish 4 hour for 4 hour fair value gap. So what I thought we might be able to do today is maybe SMT previously high, and then run for the lows on ES and NQ. We never ended up doing that. We ended up leaving all those lows because we're obviously at all-time high conditions. It is very, very hard to short all-time highs. I did short all-time high, by the way. But yeah, no, it's very hard to short all-time highs. Now there was a couple good trades today, to be honest. There wasn't terrible trades today. There was I'd say one long and two shorts. The short was better than the long in my opinion, and I'll get into that in a second. So, pre-market we made this massive lick, probably some news shit. Left relative equal highs at all-time highs. Very strong draw, stronger draw than this 4 equal low down here, due to how far away it is and due to the equal highs being at all-time high. Just super strong. Price is gonna want to take that shit. So, looking into charts, I thought I wouldn't have minded wicking here, or like taking it all-time high and then coming down for the rest of this LR, or the opposite, wick down, tap this, and then run for the highs. I liked both scenarios. I thought we could definitely get shorts on ES. ES looked pretty bearish to me, so I thought that could have definitely happened. I was more bullish on NQ, more bearish on ES. Giving me a bit of a 50-50 bias, leaning honestly more towards longs due to NQ. And yeah, so on open, we open up price just after this candle. So one more, boom, open up price here. We ended up looking this low. Now there's nothing here, nothing to take here, no trades yet. Wait. Oh, on the 15-minute, that's why there is a trade here. So market opens here. We dump lower, taking out this low here, but we've still got these 3 relative equal lows, pretty close, which is quite nice. We end up opening up this 5-minute for value gap here. It's 5-minute bearish for value gap here. We do have equal highs at this high here as well. So pretty solid draws in liquidity, both bearish and bullish. So to be honest, like, this isn't something I would trade because it's hard to determine where bias is going to go, especially all-time highs. Like, we could come lower. Like, you don't want to take shorts because we're at all-time high conditions, and you don't want to take longs either because we've got these relative equal lows. So it's a bit like, it's a bit of an iffy one still. We've no SMT here either. I mean, we've got this SMT with this high here, but my point being is we've got both LR bullish and bearish. So all we can really do is wait for one side to get taken. So you can use confirmation to determine whether you're going to be short or not. The short off of this 5-minute for value gap, this 5-minute for value gap was very good. If we took this, valid, because we inverse this 5-minute here, respect this 5-minute, then inverse these 1 minutes here. So definitely you could have took this, based on what market's just showing you, it's just telling you you're going to be bearish. So you could definitely take this. I didn't take this trade, but you could have your, I'd probably just have a looser stop there on the entry, and then just TP at the three relative equal lows with a break even at this low here. Makes the most sense. That trade ended up wicking you, so break even trade if you did take that, which is unfortunate. Nothing you can really do about it though. Could have been nice, could have been a very nice trade. But it wicks you lower. Now there was people that took longs off of this, so we had an SMT with this low, and then we ended up opening up a 2-minute inversion here. Boom. Now the reason I don't like this is because you've got relative equal lows at your stop loss. Like, in any other market scenario, like, see if we weren't at all-time highs here and we inverse this 2-minute. Like, I wouldn't take this on, like, a normal occasion, to be honest. Like, this looks good. You've even got a wheat order block here. Got your wheat order block and shit. Just mark all this shit. So your IFEG, your order block, so you can cover this order block low for your stop loss. But the main issue with this trade is, yes, we have all this LR at all-time highs, but we also have this LR at the lows below it. So if you are taking this, your stop loss isn't really too protected. Like, this isn't a bad trade, but it's not something you'd ideally want to take. Like, the RR is actually alright, to be fair. Oh, no, RR is not the worst. You'll be just over a 1-to-1. The drawn liquidity is nice. The break even is nice. But it's just your stop loss. Like, your stop loss, it's not the best because you've obviously just got all this low resistance liquidity resting below. Choose this one as a stop loss. All this low resistance liquidity, your stop loss. So I don't know. I didn't like these longs. I didn't even see these longs when they were playing out because it honestly doesn't make sense for me to long here when we've got this and this. I'd rather just wait for a side to get taken and then do the opposite once it's been taken, if that makes sense. 2 secs. So yeah, I don't know. I just didn't really like this. The shorts were good. The longs weren't. I didn't like the longs. You probably would have got break even on these longs as well. So yeah, just overall shit price action today. Don't like any of this really. And yeah, the only thing I was really looking for was maybe shorts off of this. So we swept the high. We had this 1 minute here. With the SMT, so we had a double SMT. We had an SMT here, here, and then obviously that that way higher time frame SMT all the way over here. Bye. Let me just text them quick. Yeah. It's this SMT that I'm talking about here. So that higher time from SMT here with previous day high / all-time high. You've got this isn't SMT'd here. And then you have this. So you have the SMT with all-time high or previous day high, for example. So all the way up here, if you could like, you know what I mean. And then you have this internal SMT. If we inverse this 1 minute, shorts here are genuinely gorgeous. We've got 3 stat lows. We've got a lovely break even at this 1 minute intermediate low. So if we'd closed bearish through that gap, 100%, I'm shorting all-time highs, 100%. And that's like one of the only occasions I would short all-time highs because it's just price is telling me that's what's wanting to do. So yeah, but that never plays, so I never ended up taking that. unfortunately. We just continue running higher. Now, I'm just waiting. I'm assuming that I'm not trading anymore. The only thing I'm really wanting to take is potential longs now. There's no reason for me to short. So we're just opening up gaps here, open up 5 minutes, we end up opening up a 15-minute gap down here. That's the first 15 minute. I thought we can maybe get a retrace into that, and then we can continue higher, but we never ended up getting that. We ended up opening lower though, and then we ended up creating this new 50-minute SMT, or not SMT, for value gap. There was a trade I faded actually, sorry. So the first 50-minute gets tapped into here on ES, but not on NQ. So ES taps into this here, but NQ never. So we've got a SMT for value gap, which I don't like. I faded this trade for this exact reason. We have that 5 minute for value gap there that we've tapped into, and then you've got this 1 minute inversion here. So this actual does look alright. Let me just pull up my Discord so I can show you what this actual would look like. Here it is. Zoom in? Question mark. Alright, my shit's not loading. I don't know why this is being weird right now. There we go. So the first trade, well, not the first trade, but I faded this. Why is it so fucking, there we go. So that SMT with a 15-minute gap, we tapped the 5 minute, we're rejecting off of it. We've got this little like CISD thing. 1 minute inversion, break even there, just go for the 1-to-1. I faded this trade. I said here, this trade looks really nice, but decided not to take it because I don't really trust FEG SMTs. Now, this is just off experience. Like, I just don't trust them off experience. And then we also have that 50-minute, like, that 50-minute, I want to see that 50-minute get hit. So I don't really trust it. We SMT'd the high here, so it would have been a break-even trade if you did try to take it. And then, yeah, so after we SMT the high, so we've done this, we SMT the high, on the closure of this this candle here, this up candle, before we just fully form the SMT, we open up a new 50-minute gap. So if you don't go break even here, it, like on the long, very bad, because we've got this 15-minute now at your stop loss basically. So you're definitely gonna want to be break even. We've SMT'd the high as well, which made me a lot less confident on these longs, or a lot more confident for a potential reversal. So we end up getting a straight inversion of this 1 minute for value gap, which was lovely. I originally entered on this. Now, I got a bit of a late entry. I entered around on this wick here with $70 risk because I'd entered and I'd realised we've got a 3 minute still. And I was like, all right, okay, I'll keep my risk. I'll keep the trade on because it's only $70 risk. I'll just keep my stop at the high of the 1 minute. So we end up opening this BPR as well. We end up inversing this 3 minute here. And then we end up coming back up. And on the way back up, I'd entered in 2 more micros, putting my risk to 140. So I only risked about 140. I think it was about 150 on this trade. So I risked about 150. And then I just had this BPR ready up here. I wanted to see this BPR get respected. We ended up tapping it and then coming lower straight off of it. So this made me very confident. As well as the low here, we hadn't taken it on ES. So there's no reason for this trade not to work. I had my stop loss just at the 0.62, which is just above the CE of the 3 minute wick. I used the 3 minute wick, not the 5 minute wick, because the inversion was on the 3 minute. So I thought this was a very valid stop loss. You could have had your stop a little closer at the 5 minute bearish candle, but I never ended up doing that. I like the stop loss more. It was safer. It was the better option. So we end up holding the BPR, coming lower again, and then we end up just pushing lower off of the gap. Now we edged the 50-minute gap, 50-minute. We still haven't taken it on ES. So I hadn't went break even here. I knew the draw was obvious. We were going to hit that 15-minute gap. So I ended up just moving my stop here just to like de-risk a little bit, I guess, even though I was on very, very low risk on this trade anyway. I wish I'd risked the 250, but obviously shorting at all-time highs, it's dodgy and it's a bit improbable, unpredictable, so I didn't bother I didn't bother with the full risk. And I'd also lost a lot on Monday. This is the first recap I've actually made. I lost 4K on Monday because I just got really emotional. That's why I didn't post on Monday. Got really emotional. Ended up just passing 3 more XFAs. I blew an XFA and then lost a K. Well, I blew an XFA on Tuesday, but I lost a K on every single XFA on Monday. I just wasn't in the right headspace. And then Tuesday, I make 700 back on my main account and then 300 across my other 2 XFAs, putting me only down 400 on the week on the main XFA and then 600 on the week on the other 2 XFAs. And then I blew one XFA on Tuesday as well. So I bought another eval. I had that eval max wind. So I made like 1.4k on Tuesday. I lost 4k on Monday, but minus a k because I blew an account. So I only lost 3k technically. So I've made 1.4 of that back. I made another k back today. So I'm only down 200 and something on my main account now, and then I'm down like just about 400 on my other 2 XFAs. So hopefully by the end of this week I'll be break even. That's just my goal for this week. My goal for this week is just be break even on the accounts, and then come next week, hopefully I can build more profits on those accounts to then just be able to build a buffer and then start taking payouts from all 3 accounts. I'm planning on passing that 4th account maybe next week probably. I'm just gonna trade them with my copy trader with the XFAs but double risk. And I'll just do that. That'll be sweet. That'll keep me sound. Just so I'm not rushing the process or anything like that. So that's just a bit of a recap coming on to today. Today I ended up making a K back, so I'm up 2.4 since that 4K loss. But it's only a 3K loss now, technically, because I blew an account. So I'm only actually down like 600, something like that. Roughly, anyway, roughly. The maths ain't mathing rare, to be fair, but roughly something like that. I only need 200 and something on the main, and then 400 across the other 2, to be break even on the week. So hopefully I can do that tomorrow. Price action is really dog shit, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully Monday is a bit better today, because today's just like consolidation between two range highs and lows. There's not very many good key levels within this range as well, so you kind of just have to wait. That's why I didn't trade within this. There's nothing to really take. The shorts were okay, but not the best. And then this short up here I did like a lot. I loved the V shape out of this on the 1 minute. That's why I ended up entering, but I did lower the risk to $70 because it's a risky play shorting these all-time highs. And then ended up doubling my risk to 150 when I saw the inversion of the 3 minute and a bit of a retrace. We respected the BPR 1 minute BPR. I'll add the 1 minute in there, 1 minute BPR, and then ran lower towards the 50-minute gap. Now I did have partials at each gap, but I ended up just securing full profit at this 15-minute because it was the end of session. We ended up working back up. I was in my grandma's as well, so that's why I've not made a recap till now. I was trading in my grandma's because I was helping her do some stuff. And then, ended up hitting TP while I was painting up for her just around 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock moved price exactly where I needed it to be. And then, boom, hit full take profit right there on thingy. So that made roughly, I made about 1k across all accounts. I just pull the screenshot up so you see that's the trade there. Same trade that I just showed you. That was off my phone. That's the trade sinker. So we're back to, so we're at 1.1 on the Tradify eval. We're back up to 1.9 on this main XFA. By the way, on like Tuesday or Monday, before I made a lot of it back, this was actually at about like 500 off blowing. So the fact that I've got that back to 2k, made like 1.5k on it, which it is fucking crazy. And then these accounts, they were down a k. They're only down about 400, just under 400 now. So hopefully by the end of the week they're break even. This is break even, maybe a little bit of profit. And then hopefully I pass that account, to be fair. But if I don't, that's fine. And then yeah.
Your son's hitting